bat, you've probably noticed something. No more green screen. Now, there are two things that stem from this. One, this video will take half as long to edit, and two, I have to be more careful. Okay. Now, of course, the biggest indie game news this week is that the Humble Indie Bundle 3 was just released a few days ago. In case you do not know, the Humble Indie Bundle is a service that goes on probably twice a year, where generally several indie game developers and the Humble Bumble people... Humble Bumble? I always do that. I am a terrible person. You can buy 5 indie games for pay what you want, DRM free, cross-platform, and helps charity. Like the Electronic Frontier Foundation and Child's Play. And that, my friend, is how awesome it is. Now, the games released in this awesomely awesome Humble Indie Bundle were Crayon Physics. It's a game where all you have to do is get the ball to the star, and then you win. Cha-ching. Now, the nice thing about this objective-based drawing game is that it has two things that I love. The first thing is that you can erase things that you draw, which I love, because then you won't get smothered by a massive pile of squiggly lines. A horrible fate. And the second thing is that you can click the ball to make it move, which... it's just polite of them, really. Crayon Physics, with features that no one has ever mentioned before, like being able to erase things you've drawn, and being able to click the ball to make it move. That, along with an awesomely awesome level editor, makes it worth your time, even more than a beanbag chair. The next thing available on the Humble Indie Bundle is... Cogs. Cogs is a 3-dimensional puzzle game where all you have to do is get the gold cog to move. Sounds simple, but it really isn't. Although you're probably expecting me to say that, because that's what people always say about puzzle games. It looks easy, but it's really as hard as a pickle. That's what I first thought when I first played this game. The enormous amount of really creative puzzles, 3D rotating game board thingies, and other stuff makes it worth buying a partridge for. The next game on the list is probably the funnest to pronounce. It is V. It's just so much fun. So anyways, you know what? I'm just gonna call it V. V, in some ways, is rather similar to another one on this list. But in V, you are simply one man on a gigantic spaceship trying to rescue your crewmates. You can run around, but you can also flip gravity to try to get around obstacles. What? Seriously? Stop it! Anyways, pretty cool game, and it also has some pretty dang awesome 8-bit music, which makes everything better. Getting down to the last two. The first of those is And Yet It Moves. This is a game that I said was similar to V, because you can flip the screen around wherever you want. This game is awesome. It's probably my favorite of the bunch, because you have to flip around the screen, but also there's loose boulders everywhere that you have to avoid and stop from crushing you, and you die in a really cool way. So that's awesome. And Yet It Moves is an awesome game, what with its amazingly awesome paper world and the cool way you die. This game is definitely worth a spot on your to-do, because I'm awesome list. And the final game, which I'm ashamed to say I haven't even played yet, is Hammer Fight. As far as I know, this looks like a 2D side-scroller adventure game where you control everything with mouse motions. So that just sounds clever. Anyways, my friends, thank you for watching this video. Feel free to rate, comment, and do all those things that are way too fancy for me to figure out. And until next time, adios, my friends.